King Richard I came to the throne in 1189 and very soon left his throne empty when he set off on the Third Crusade. His wicked brother, Prince John, became ruler of the country in his absence. John was a cruel, merciless man who took from the poor to make money for himself. The poor peasants of Nottingham had a friend in a young man called Robin Hood, who took from the rich and gave to the poor. His identity was unknown until he was betrayed by his steward, Werman, who told Prince John that noble Robert, Earl of Huntingdon, was none other than Robin Hood. Prince John then orders Sir Guy of Gisborne to arrest Robin and seize his holdings at Locksley Hall. On this day we join Robert Fitzooth at his wedding to Maid Marian, which may not be the joyous occasion that the two young lovers had hoped for.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here this day to celebrate the love of Earl Robert Fitzooth and Maid Marian. In the years they have been together, we have seen their love grow, and today they come to join their lives together as husband and wife.
Stop everything! There will be no wedding today. I have my hand royally declaring this man an outlaw. Be it known to all in the name of Prince John, Regent of England, the Robert Fitzooth, known as Robert, Earl of Huntingdon, also known as Robin Hood. For as much as he has aided the king's enemies, broken the king's laws, and is a traitor to the king and to those set by him in authority, that the same Robert Fitzooth is hereby declared outlaw, his goods and lands forfeit, his person prescribed and banished, in the name of Richard our King and of the Regent, Prince Charles.
Stay calm, my dear guests. Let not your minds be troubled. I will deal with this interruption. Why then, here and now, Robert Fitzooth, Earl of Huntingdon, ceases to be. Both you and the sheriff have called me Robin Hood. So you and Prince John himself shall live to fear that name. And not only you, but all like you shall go in terror as long as Robin Hood reigns in Sherwood Forest, Sherwood, and wherever else wrongs need to be righted, until King Richard comes back from the Crusades and there is justice once more in this fair land of England. Lady Mary, did you give your love to the Earl of Huntingdon or to plain Robin Hood?
I give my love neither to Earl nor to his earldom, but to the man whom I love and whose wife will and I shall be.
So Robert Fitzooth of Huntingdon became Robin Hood of Sherwood Forest. Many joined his band of outlaws. When Robin settled in his new home in Sherwood Forest, he would usually go looking for adventure. One of these wanderings abroad resulted in Robin finding one of his most loyal and trusted followers, who also became his best friend.
Hi-ho, hither walks a man, methinks. Yeah, yonder bridge is too narrow for the twain of us to cross. Lest he arrive there first, up a wind to my step and claim the bridge my own.
Alackaday, I see your tricks. Out of my way, little boy, unless you want a dunking in the stream.
Fie upon it. You are tall in truth, but are no match for my speed and cat-like reflexes. Get back off the bridge until I've crossed. And if you refuse, I can assure that you're the one who's getting dunked.
By the rood, I'll break your face in first, then I'll throw you into the water afterward.
You talk like a plain donkey. If I were to bend my bow, I could send an arrow through your proud heart before you could touch me with your staff.
If I talk like a donkey, you talk like a coward. You stand there well armed with gun on bow, while I only have a staff in and well out of your reach.
I scorn the name of coward. I will lay aside my weapons and challenge you with a quarterstaff like yours. Stay there until I come in the thicket.
Here I stand, 1 foot on the bridge, until you are ready for your cold bath in the stream.
Lo, what a strong staff I have. Just a thing for knocking insolent rogues into the water. Let's fight, here on the bridge, so that if one of us goes into the water, there would be no doubt who has won, and the victor may go on his way without getting wet.
By all means, I'd rather not hurt you, but I will.
Slash!
Good fellow, where are you?
Here I am, just putting my shoulder back in the socket. I must confess, I am well beaten. You're a fine fellow and a good fighter. Let peace take its turn and govern our discourse. The bridge is yours, and I will seldom invite your wrath upon my flesh again. Where are you walking anyway?
To tell you the truth, I was in search of a man they call Robin Hood.
Good master, what has happened to you?
This fellow has just tossed me into yonder stream with his fine staff.
Say good night, old fellow. No man insults Robin Hood and lives to tell about it.
Robin Hood! Come now, my friend. Do not be afraid of my merry men. These men protect me and do my bidding. You too can join them if you will shake my hand and swear loyalty to Robin Hood.
Here's my hand and my heart goes with it, honest Robin. My name is John Edel and I promise to serve you faithfully.
Listen here, men. This puny babe came to us as John Little, but seeing that he is so small, so puny babe, we'll turn his name around and call him Little John. Now and forever, long live Little John. Long live Little John.
The next to join Robin's faithful group in the greenwood was Friar Tuck. Before meeting Robin, Friar Tuck was living in a hermit cell by the river. He would ferry people across the river on his boat for a small fee. Robin Hood has just come upon Friar Tuck sitting by the river.
Now then, my fine fellow, come and ferry me over the river.
All in good time, my son. All in good time. He could have swum across this river if he weren't so lazy, and the wedding would have done him good. But I'm a righteous man who has vowed to serve others. Now then, let me see how much money you have.
Surely, good friar, you would not rob me.
No, I only ask for money for the poor.
No man should be forced to give to the poor unless he wants to.
But my job as a priest is to encourage you to give to the poor, and I will do this however I have to.
Okay, search me. For that you shall carry me across the river once more, on your back, and don't expect to get any more money for it. If you even ask, all you'll get is a broken head.
Fair bargain.
Splash! What say you we call a truce? I have never met a holy man as good with the quarterstaff as you are. Let us make peace and go rest well in your home, for surely you will be able to be a poor wanderer such as me.
Here we are in my simple dwelling. I'm sorry to say I have very little food here, just a small bowl of peas and some water. You are welcome to both. I generally have water first and then peas, though sometimes I put the peas in the water.
It seems, my brother, that a few peas and a jug of water have fattened you up quite well. Surely it is a miracle that a man who lives upon a handful of peas is so round, and so strong a fighter as you are. Perhaps you could find something a little richer for us to feast upon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I do have a whole penny. I wonder if a whole penny might change your mind.
A nod is as good as a wink to a blind horse. You have judged right well. In food I have aplenty for the visitor willing to add shine to the table. If your penny bites silver, then your plate will be shoveled high. Tell me, decent forester, what is your name?
Tell me yours first.
I'm only a simple priest. My name is Friar Tuck.
I go by several names, but you may call me Robin Hood.
The Robin Hood? The fastest bow show south of the Umber?
The very same.
Ah, indeed. I hear you live well in the forest. You need a priest there, and I am the priest you need.
So Friar Tuck joined Robin Hood in Sherwood Forest and became one of the merriest of all men present there. It is even said that his contagious happiness sparked an outbreak of merriment in the village south of Sherwood Forest.
Meanwhile, as Robin's group of merry people continued to grow, Marian was determined to join them in Sherwood. So long as she remained living in her father's castle, she was under his power, which meant that he would decide whom she would marry. Sir Guy was aware of this and wanted Marian for his own, so he decided to visit the castle and try to influence her father through flattery.
What Marian needs is a husband. Yes, a husband is the best solution for her and her silly ideas of joining Robin Hood in Sherwood Forest. And I could be just that husband.
I will have no man of your choosing, Father, unless he is my choice also. And my choice is, and will always be, brave Robin Hood.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving. Don't leave the torch lit for me. I'll be in Sherwood.
You'll do no such thing.
Watch me.
I'll have up the drawbridge. Rick, raise the bridge.
Oi, sir, what way?
Then I will swim in the moat. Maybe I'll bring me my swimsuit.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll secure the gates. Jasper, go lock the gates.
Be back in a jiffy.
Then I will leap from the castle walls. Shelley bring me several pillows and a first aid kit.
Yes, ma'am.
I will lock you in your room. Sal, bring me a padlock.
One padlock right away, sir.
Then I will shred the curtains and escape through the windows. Delilah, bring me my sewing kit.
Yes, my lady.
I will lock you in the tower dungeon where you only see light through the keyhole. Sean, throw some fresh hay in the dungeon. Marian has just made reservations for one.
Yes, my lord. Then I will find some other way of escape. Father, if you let me go freely, I will return to you. But if you lock me up, I will never come back.
I can see you will not be swerved from your aim. You are quite a puzzle to me, my dear daughter, but my blessing is upon you.
So Marian left her father's castle to live in the forest with Robin Hood, yet Sir Guy did not desist from his plans to marry her. Meanwhile, hearing that Prince John was at Nottingham, Robin walked near the edge of Sherwood Forest disguised as a forest ranger. He hoped to meet some traveler and learn of Prince John's intentions. As he strolled along the road, he met a young man who wore a sword at his side.
How now, good fellow? What news is there today in the good city of Nottingham?
I go about my own business, and the news is that Prince John has come to put down the outlaws in the forest.
About time too, my fine fellow, with that sword.
I mind my own business, which I, with the other wanderers in Sherwood, did likewise.
My business is with a like such as you. Tell me your name, or else my sword will coerce it from you.
Two can play at that game.
Hold your hand, good fellow. You fight too well to be wasted like this. Come, throw in your lot with Robin Hood and be one of his merry men.
Are you Robin Hood?
Robin Hood I am, and no other.
Oh, Robin, do you not know me?
Marian, and I wounded you, yet knew you not. Come away with me now to a secret glen. Let my men welcome their queen, Maid Marian of Sherwood Forest.
So Maid Marian moved to Sherwood Forest. Sir Guy was jealous and wanted to capture Robin Hood. By doing so, he would win favor with Prince John and eliminate his rival for Marian's hand in marriage. But it would be some time before Prince John would show his face again. However, we soon meet another villain, the shape-shifting witch Mother Maudlin, who disguises herself as Maid Marian.
Oh, fair Marian, how are you? I am blessed beyond measure of your presence.
Your happiness is my fulfillment. But tell me, how have you passed this glorious day?
Never has a hunting trip seen such success. One shot brought him down, one long shot, and my arrow landed right in his heart.
Truly, tonight's feast will be memorable thanks to your archery skills.
I would think so, but Robin, a shadow fell upon us as we were hunting. A raven sat in the tree above our head and croaked sadly. The shepherd Carolyn swore that it was no ordinary bird, but the witch of Papalick herself, who was said to be a shapeshifter. Carolyn later saw Maudlin and says that she cursed him, promising terrible things would happen to anyone who ate the deer at Robin Hood's feast.
Is it Papalick or Papalick?
I say it Papalick.
Little John said it was Papalick.
How does the witch say it?
I've never talked to her.
So Marian left with her friend to wash her hand in the stream. When she came back, she looked rather strange, staring at people with furrowed brow and vacant eyes. Everything she said was followed by a wicked cackle.
us invite our friends to the feast.
Friends, we cannot feast on this deer. It is too good for such rough country people. A starved sheep carcass would be good enough for them. Scarlet, take the deer to Mother Maudlin. She is such a wise woman.
Marion, what are you saying?
I shot the deer and I'll give it to whoever I want to. Robin, you are inksome, and I tire of your presence. I think we should take some space so that I can go make my potions and think of new curses.
So you can do what?
I mean, have my devotions and read new verses.
I'm confused. Marion is acting crazy. I better go speak to her.
Forgive me, love, for staying away from you for so long.
And now you dare to call me love after you declared that our guests weren't fit to eat the deer you shot and after you gave the meat to Mother Maudlin?
What are you talking about? I did no such thing. Either you are joking or you have been deceived.
What is happening? Could it be? No. But maybe. But it couldn't.
What is it? Kind Marion sent me a deer, Marion did. Oh, dear for poor old Maudlin, the fattest deer I ever saw. Oh, such happiness for a poor old woman. I shall go crazy with joy. Surely, good mother, there's some mistake. If I did indeed give such orders, some madness must have come upon me. Do you dare take back the gift you have given me? No, Maudlin, I did not give you the deer. It belongs to our friends, the shepherds and the shepherdesses. You and your feast are cursed. Cursed, I say cursed. The spit stands still and no joints turn before the fire, but let it burn. Both sides and haunches to the whole, converted be into one coal. The stinking drops the enter in your filthy cook and swell his skin. The pain we call the gout begin to prick and itch from toe to shin and cramp your cook in every limb. Before you dine, almost shut him!
Here's a mess. Poor Randall the cook has gotten sick all of a sudden. He is filled with aches and pains. He cannot stand, cannot move, and worst of all, he cannot cook. She is indeed a witch. I believe she can change herself into any shape. Marion, sweet Marion, forgive me for doubting you. You, good friar, go back and cook our dinner, for it would be a pity to spoil it. By the mass, that would be the greatest pity of all. Let us hurry to save our dinner. And I'm off to get the witch. Come on, men.
So Robin and his merry men went to Maudlin's hovel, but when they got there, it was not Maudlin who met them at the door.
Marion, you're in faster than I, and yet...
Leave Maudlin in peace, Robin. They say that she is a witch, but it is false. She is just far wiser than other women. I beg you, if you love me, do not chase her any further, for she is my dear friend.
Come closer, Marion, so that I can get a good lookie. You look odd, and what's that charm belt around your waist? Where did you get it? So you made yourself look like Marion by wearing this charm belt. It all comes clear now, Mother Maudlin, that there is no place for anyone like you in Sherwood or in Papawick. You now have 5 seconds to disappear, and if you ever cross my path again, I will shoot you.
So Maudlin was banished from Sherwood forever, and the shepherds and the merry men all had a grand feast, prepared and greatly enjoyed by Friar Tuck.
We now return to the legend surrounding Sir Guy's pursuit of Maid Marian. Marian and Robin were attacked one night. We now return to the legend surrounding Sir Guy's pursuit of Maid Marian. Sir Guy and his soldiers surprised Marian and Robin one night and attacked them without mercy. After fighting Sir Guy, Marian outmaneuvered Guy and pinned him to the floor with her sword at his neck.
Surrender and command your men to drop their weapons, or I will slay you here and now.
Mercy, good sir. Put down your swords, men. We are beaten.
Guy Gisborne, I have you at my mercy.
Marian, I've always been at your mercy. It is my love for you that has made me try so hard and so often to take you from Robin Hood.
Sir Knight, you have threatened the life of my Lord Robin Hood many times, and that is a threat to my life as well, because I cannot go on living without Robin. You know I would rather die than that.
Let me strike off his head. We have been bothered by this false knight all too long. If he lives, our friends will continue to be in danger.
Not so. Sir Guy, you will swear by your knighthood not to seek vengeance on these good friends of ours who have helped us. And you must swear not to pursue Robin Hood or me ever again. If you agree to these terms, you shall live.
And if you break this oath, I will have no more mercy on you.
I swear to abide by these terms by the honor of knighthood and hope of my salvation.
To Marian, making Sir Guy promise to stop his efforts to kill Robin Hood and then letting him go free seemed like the best plan. The one thing she hadn't planned on was on Sir Guy breaking his promise, and that is precisely what happened. Sir Guy dressed as a forester and walked through Sherwood Forest looking for Robin Hood. He wanted to get close to him and then kill him by surprise.
Good morning, good fellow. Though I don't recognize you as a local forester, I can tell from your fine bow that you're an archer, and a good one, too.
Yes, that's right, an archer. I'm an archer from Pendle Forest, but a stranger in this glade. I'm questing for a man named Robin Hood, because I would like to join his band of merry people.
Come with me, then. I will easily guide you to Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, your life is now over!
Sir Guy, you are a coward and a traitor. Will you meet me fairly, man to man, and sword to sword? There is no shame in that. I was nobly born as yourself, and you know it. To shoot another man is cowardly and shameful.
When Robert of Locksley became Robin Hood, he became an outlaw, and honor does not matter with outlaws. In a little while, I will win my horn, and the sheriff will know Robin Hood is dead. And by then, half your people will be dead or prisoners also. If you surrender to me now, I will grant you the gallows of Nottingham.
Why then, I choose an arrow in Sherwood if you can plant one in my heart. This is indeed the last round, but now the combat is even, and may God defend the right. There lies a false and dishonored man, but in his death he may yet do good.
While Robin Hood is busy with Sir Guy, the Sheriff of Nottingham has captured Little John. He is now waiting for the sound of Sir Guy's horn announcing the end of Robin Hood. So Robin dressed in Sir Guy's clothes and pretended that he was Sir Guy. By doing this, he was able to approach the sheriff and get very close to him. He kept his hood lowered so that his face was hard to see.
Dun-dun-dun-doo.
Did you hear that? Listen, that's Guy's horn. That means he's killed Robin Hood. That's the best news I've heard all day. Ah, the man of the hour. Guy, you deserve a reward. I will give you whatever you ask for.
I want no reward, for I've always hated this man's head who I bring you here. His death is reward enough. But if you'd like to do me a favor, I ask this. Let me have the honor of killing this man, Little John, just as I've killed his master.
A crazy choice to make when you could have had gold as a reward. But I will grant your wish. There lies Little John. He is yours to kill.
It is I, Robin Hood. If we had to die here, we will at least go down fighting. We will never surrender willingly to the sheriff.
Robin Hood, or is it the devil? Kill him!
Robin Hood and Little John fight bravely, but are overwhelmed by having to fight so many of the sheriff's men. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a knight enters the battle, swinging an axe.
What? So many men against you? Back you will.
And so the Black Knight thundered after the sheriff and his men as they ran for their lives. Who was this Black Knight? So Prince John continued to send his followers after Robin Hood to kill him, even after the death of Sir Guy. Finally, he decided to take matters into his own hands, so he went to Sherwood to capture Marion when he knew that Robin Hood wasn't there.
So, here's the tiger Swindon. At last, Marion, we meet again, after all these years. Not to part so quickly as last time. Come, you cannot escape. Robin Hood will not save you. I made sure he was busy before I came for you.
Back, you wild beast, prince or no prince. This sword is between us, and I can use it as well as any man to defend myself until Robin comes.
Quickly, catch her, you fools!
Da-da-da.
Curse you for your slowness! If you would have caught her quicker, she would not have blown that horn. Now every moment we delay, we're in danger. For Robin Hood will rush to the sound of that horn. Now we have her. Come quickly, my pretty, or we'll have that dog Robin Hood barking at our heels.
At this point, an arrow flies through the air, hitting Prince John between his forefinger and thumb, cutting him to the bone. Had Robin Hood not just run nearly half a mile, the arrow would have destroyed Prince John's hand, and he would have trouble sighting the Magna Carta.
Prince John, you must be tired of fighting women. Turn and fight me instead.
So Prince John is defeated by the Merry Man and taken to the cave just as a religious pilgrim arrives. Does this pilgrim look familiar? Does he favor the Black Knight?
You live well here, friend Robin Hood, on the king's deer.
We do kill the king's share for our meat, but I don't believe that we break a law that is fair. They call me the poor man's friend, for I take from the rich and give to the poor, but I've never taken from anyone who's honest or worthy. Come now, we may be thieves, but we are thieves of honor. You do not dishonor yourself by sharing a meal with us. That is, unless you shrink from eating the king's deer.
Shrink? Ha! Why, I feel that they're my own, and I am as hungry as if I walked all the way home from Jerusalem.
Then come and drink with us to King Richard and his speedy return.
You drink to the king's return, even though you're outlaws?
We owe it to the king, for after all, our meal was borrowed from him. But we have never forgotten that while we live merrily in Sherwood, we owe allegiance to our king and always raise a toast to him. Outlaws, the king!
The king and his return from the crusade!
When the meal is over and the toast has been drunk, Robin Hood remembers he has a prisoner on his hands.
I'm reminded that we have a prisoner, one who attacks women when there's no one around to defend them. Bring him before us, Little John.
Richard! King Richard? My brother? Come back to punish me?
Untie him. Now go swiftly and sin no more.
Pardon, my liege.
Stand up again. Stand up, my friend. I freely pardon you and all who are here. Robin, you have made a name for yourself. I've heard you have spoken of throughout England as a friend to the poor. I also know that you and Lady Marian have agreed not to get married until I, the king, return to give her to you in marriage. Is this true?
Yes, my liege.
Then here and now I give her to you.
So Robin Hood and Maid Marian were married there in Sherwood Forest with King Richard to give the bride away. Afterwards, they marched in triumph to Nottingham, and the plowman left his plow in the field, and the blacksmith left his iron on his anvil, and the aged and sick rose from their beds and hobbled to the doorways to cheer for King Richard.
King Richard and Robin Hood!